after migrants were found in the back of his lorries in Calais. So far, his company has paid out more than £3,000. Maurice Kuzmin says he's following Home Office guidelines on security and is doing all he can to stop migrants boarding his vehicles. It's the first such case for 10 years. Firms, including British ones, were fined more than £6 million last year for carrying migrants. If the case succeeds, it could have huge implications for the haulage industry, with more companies getting back the money they've paid in fines. Let's talk to Maurice Kuzmin then, whose company is bringing the case, together with Ahmad al-Rashid, who is a migrant from Aleppo in Syria, who entered the UK in a lorry. Thank you both very much for coming on the programme. Maurice, let's begin with you, if I may. Tell us why you're taking this to the Court of Appeal. What is your argument?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
We feel like everything that is going on and it ends up on our shoulder as a blame. It's not the right thing. We are doing everything we can every day crossing into UK. We have incidents that we managed to see before to realize that there's actual migrant inside the trailer. We reported, we have them, let's say, removed from our vehicles by the French police. At those times, there's no fine issued, but a lot of the car is being damaged.
Sorry, Maurice, just to pause for a second, just so our audience knows, we're showing footage now on television here in Britain to our audience that you have filmed of refugees and illegal migrants in the back of some of your lorries. Sorry, do continue.
So it's not only the fine, which is, let's say, the fact that is taking us to this level, to the Court of Appeal. It's also all the trouble that we go through with our customers, with our cargo, which has been damaged so many times. Like I said before, we are following everything which has been recommended by the UK Border Force on their website. However, there are times when the trucks are sealed, we don't have access to the cargo, and although we go through the scanning device, which is mounted at the entrance, at the tunnel entrance, that would be the first checkpoint. Then we go to the second checkpoint, which is either a CO2 check or an inspection by the dogs that belong to the French border control. We had this particular incident when third checkpoint, which was the UK Border Force checkpoint, they found 3 immigrants inside, and we were penalized for it.
Right. So sorry, but so you've been through two security checks, and still the illegal migrants inside haven't been picked up with the scanners and all the rest of it.
Yes, they were not detected.
Wow. Okay.
It's always that we go through all three checkpoints.
Yeah. Let me bring in Ahmad al-Rashid, who's sitting alongside me, Maurice, 26 years of age, a refugee from Aleppo in Syria, and you managed to get to the UK in the back of a lorry, having spent some time in Calais waiting for this opportunity because a smuggler helped you do that. What did the smuggler do?
Mainly, this smuggler, they got a set of tools. We walk with them into different parks, and they use these tools to smuggle people or put people on the back of these lorries or trucks.
So the tools effectively open the back of the lorries?
Yeah, they open them. They're super intelligent. They open them and they relock them again, so no one is suspicious that there's someone in the back of the lorry.
And what advice did the smuggler give to you and fellow refugees as you got into the back?
I mean, the first thing we need to know that these are smugglers, they're human traffickers. They tell you, don't move while you're there. Just be motionless so no one will detect you.
What was it like in the back of that lorry?
It was horrendous, and absolutely horrendous. I mean, if people were given the opportunity to travel, with dignity, they wouldn't risk their lives to be in the back of a lorry or refrigeration truck.
How many days were you in that lorry before it reached its destination in Britain?
I spent 3 days in the back of that lorry.
But before that, 3 days sitting there waiting for it to move?
Absolutely. It was in the pod, 3 days, motionless. But I had food and water with me, which the smuggler provided. So he told us, don't move, be motionless, because if you move, the motion sensors will detect you and they will be arrested.
So how do you respond when knowing that what you did was illegal?
I mean, first of all, I really, really feel so sorry for the lorry drivers, for the trucker drivers, because this is not their mistake to be fined. So he's already mentioned that he crossed 2 security checks. So it has nothing to do with the drivers to be blamed, And in the first place, I mean, we should focus on the main reason why these people are taking these illegal ways. If these people were given a chance to travel with dignity, again, I'm saying the word dignity, because these are being, we're traveling, risking their life, risking everything. So if there was a system in place allowing people to travel on a ticket plane, no one would risk his life or her life in the back of a lorry.
Marius, I think you've heard Ahmad. I mean, you talk to each other. Ahmad feels a great deal of sympathy for people like you. What about you towards him?
Well, I think we kind of share the same idea. Basically, it is not us that created this magnet for migrants that are trying to reach UK. We are trying to make, let's say, a job to earn a living, and we are part of an ongoing fight between border force and waves of migrants that try to reach the other side of the English Channel. But it is not our battle. We are caught in the crossfire, and the results are hurting us very, very bad, both on the financial aspect and nevertheless our image. There are customers that will, let's say, cancel further orders if something has been destroyed, damaged, or delayed by such incidents, by migrant incidents. The cost of insurance goes up with every claim that is being, let's say, up for payment, and there's nothing we can do. By no means drivers are, let's say, allowed to get out of the vehicle, to come in contact with migrants and try to remove them from the vehicles. Always when you knew that there's somebody inside, drivers were sent directly to the first French border control. We had to wait sometimes even 2 or 3 hours until a police crew arrived. The migrants were asked to go down from the truck, and they were just sent away to wherever they wanted to go, probably to the truck or so. So nothing happened over there.
Let me bring Ahmad back in. When the truck that you were in the back of arrived in Britain, did the driver spot you then, or what happened?
No, at that time the driver wasn't present, so the smuggler gave us a kind of a plate. He said, you slash the back of the lorry and you get out of that truck.
Right. Yeah. And where had you arrived?
Kind of a place near in Grimsby, Hull.
Hull?
Yeah.
Or Grimsby?
Yeah.
Yes.
Near.
Yes, yes. Can I ask you about another story that is in the news today, which is directly relevant to you and your family back home in Syria, which is about Russian troops withdrawing from Syria. They've been in the country. President Putin, an ally of President Assad, your president, he's been bombing various parts of Syria in order to help President Assad. What do you think of this withdrawal?
First of all, we need to know that Russia came to Syria to help. and now they are withdrawing because they achieved their potential. They propped up Assad, they bolstered his position, and because in the near future, the Russians were, coordinating the Assad-based allies. So next in the Geneva talks, if they again think Assad will be in a better position to have a better deal.
Right. Do you want to go back to your country, or do you want your family to come here?
Absolutely, no one wanted to leave his own country, No one wanted to leave their whole country and be called a refugee or a migrant and cause all this trouble to the lorry drivers and to everyone. So I hope the war would come to an end soon. Me and thousands and tens of thousands and millions now, over 5 million people, they're hoping 5 million people refugees, they're hoping the war would come to an end very soon so they can go back to their land and home country.
What do you want to do?
I really hope to go back in the near future. Now I've got the opportunity to continue my master's in post-conflict studies, so I can go back and be a part of the rebuilding country, the efforts to rebuild the country.
Right. And let me ask you a final question. Why did you travel such a distance to come to Britain? Why Britain? Why not anywhere else on your journey?
There are two main reasons for me particularly. I'm not talking about other people. The first reason is the language. I speak some English, which could save me at least 2-3 years learning German or Swedish and other language. And the second and the most important reason is the family reunion, and the asylum process in the UK is pretty faster comparing to other European EU countries.
Thank you very much for coming on the programme.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ahmad al-Rashid, a refugee from Aleppo who came to Britain in the back of a lorry, and also Morius Kuzmin from the Romanian truck company. He's the operations manager, and they'll be going to the Court of Appeal tomorrow to try and appeal those fines.